Beauty. The beauty of the innocent mind. The beauty of the woman who knows her purpose and design. Oh, she's well aware. It's a beauty we all desire, a beauty we all admire, like courage, strength, virtue, and honor. This young lady right here, she has respect for her father. And by her father, I mean her creator, which means her standards are much greater. She's a spiritual queen. Her flesh, her appearance is merely a combination of genes she had no control over. And that understanding alone humbles her. She has peace, knowing that physical attraction is always changing. It's always rearranging, held captive to maintaining, so she roots herself in the spiritual. Identity locked in eternity. So she doesn't need no temporary key. She's a beast. Beauty. Man, she's a beauty and the beast. Her reflection in the mirror is simply an example of God's creativity. Her confidence is never waving. Oh, the beauty of her maturity. However, there once was a time this woman was ignorant of her royalty. The world had fed her lies, and eventually she was trafficked into being broken and weak, defeated, tired, ashamed, regretful, angry. Man, she was hopeless. Tears flowing like the waters down the streets of Corpus, this young lady was hit by a hurricane. And her crying was heard by the ears of her father. He knew of the abuse that was inflicted on his daughter, but she wanted her independence in this world. And regardless of her age, all he saw was his little girl until one day she calls him, trying to utter these words. She said, Daddy, can you please come get me? Game over. All he needed was the surrender. His love and passion manifested in rage. He didn't care what distance or lengths it would take. Grabbing his gun, breaking speed limits on the freeway, ready to defeat any opposition that stood in his way. Prepared to snatch his daughter from any shackle or chain. All he knew was that his little girl was soon to be saved. Busting in the door, he ravages the place. Adrenaline racing, he's screaming her name. Tables being overturned that are covered in cocaine, and then he finds her. He finds her sitting on the lap of the demons in her closet. These dark and powerful beings already made their deposit as their hands grip her tightly in the most inappropriate place. Her soul. The rage in the father's eyes burned with fire as if his pupils were coal. The skies roared with thunder. The ground shook and cracked, his eyes fixed on his daughter. As the demons begin melting like a witch drenched in water, she gets up and slowly limps over to her father as he lifts her in his arms to guard her. He brought his baby home, and that's where he healed her. That's where he taught her. That's where he was able to put his Holy Spirit inside her. She went from insecurity to being in security. So when you see her living a life oh so elegantly, don't think she's naive. Nah, because she used to be a component. She understands and has experienced the exotic explosion of being in the moment, or the rush of pleasure coming from his tight grip around her stomach, and those private mental fantasies while her hands bring them to reality. Oh, she knows. But she also knows the truth. The true euphoria got exposed. She's not insecure or lonely, and she's definitely not confused. She's a Proverbs 31. Beautifully clothed. Her relationship with God is forever betrothed. She is beauty. I am beauty. And you? Man, you are beautiful. Thank you.